Hello, I'm Candy the oldest.
I marked the middle.
And I am Marjorie, the youngest. And this is DDS, Them Dolcy Siblings Podcast. Welcome back.
What it is, what
Welcome.
it do.
Hello,
What
hello,
it be
hello.
like?
Yeah.
We're so happy to join to be with you today. One more
Yeah.
time. One more
And
again.
Mm-hmm.
We're
if
here.
this is your first time
Mm.
watching us, welcome.
Welcome to the foolishness that
Welcome.
is them Dolcy sibling
We're
podcast.
not
Absolutely.
foolishness. We're not
Yeah, but
foolishness.
but but we do act foolish sometimes on here.
Just a little.
I never
Just a
Just a
do.
little.
little
I never.
foolishness.
I'm never foolish.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
if this is not your first time, welcome back. Glad to see you.
Yeah,
Welcome
man.
back.
And if you haven't done so yet, please like, subscribe,
Hello.
and let us know what you're thinking. We'll be talking
Absolutely.
about a bunch of different things. Put it in the chat, put it in the comments, like whatever. So yeah, we trying to get our engagement up, guys.
Yes, subscribe and share. Share our videos,
Definitely.
share our content with other family members. Start a conversation. This might be a conversation starters between siblings, between cousins, and so forth. So, welcome. And today we are just so excited that we can share these conversations with you. But we're just going to go ahead and get started. Mark, Marjorie, how y'all doing? How's your week? What's going on?
It's been cold, baby. It's been cold.
Man, we need somebody need to turn up the heat, baby.
Woo!
Mm-mm.
Oh, it
And
actually snowed or flurried, but nonetheless, it snowed this weekend.
It did, and guys, in Florida, 2 years in a row, there was some snow.
Yeah. Yeah, and the
mm,
snow came down a little bit further. Last time it was like way up in the panhandle last year.
Hmm
And this year we had some flurries outside the house.
And
that
we went out,
was interesting.
and we went
It was
outside, and there was
wait,
some
wait, wait.
flurries
Is that a good
in the sky.
interesting, a bad interesting?
I guess having the flurries, I remember when it was happening and people were like, "Oh my goodness, it's snowing outside.
Oh,
It's
Candy the
snowing."
hater. Candy
I know,
acting
I'm
right?
like
not
it ain't
hating.
nothing.
I
I'm
know,
not
right? Now,
Candy
hating.
looking
since she
like,
lives in Tennessee and
what
it
is this?
snowed there and all that,
Oh
now
my
she like,
god, this is nothing.
this ain't
I'm
no
like,
snow.
girl, to see something like this in Florida, it's
I
exciting
know.
to see. Mind you, we've
Tighten
all
up.
seen snow before, but
Yeah,
to see that in Florida in Jack, I was excited.
I
Everybody was
Yeah.
was.
excited except for Humbug Candy.
I know,
I
Everybody
was
right?
got
not
what
humbug.
is
You
I
your
was
mother
was.
crossed?
okay.
This ain't
This
nothing. What y'all
this is
excited?
what
Party
y'all
pooper.
pooper boo.
Mm-mm. Big
Whatever.
party
Say
pooper.
what you want. Say what you want. It
And
was
I
just
will.
it was funny to see a lot of people who are from Florida or who've lived their lives in the Caribbean and tropical weather to see snow. Some were excited, some were like worried, like I'm not going outside. I'm going to get sick. Like what?
Really?
I
Oh,
some of the older people that were in the house, and I know you've never seen snow before. I said, "You guys aren't going to go outside." Oh no, 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 no! I don't have my head covered. I'm not going out there. I'm going to get
I
sick.
know, right?
No, no, no! I'm not
Mm-mm.
playing with that cold. So Caribbean people are a mess. They're like, no, hot, cold, hot. No, I'm going to get sick. And like I remember people leaving, and during that time, and I remember Dad giving somebody his hat, like brother, wear this
Oh, put
hat.
that on your head. Yeah. I mean, aside from the snow, it was like the temperature had dropped and it was cold.
No, it was crazy cold.
It was
Yeah,
definitely cold, and so
Absolutely.
I think it got into the 20s
Yeah.
while we were up there, and so
yeah.
I mean, I get it, it's just trying to be warm, but it's like, your dad, he gave me his hat. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go outside. He's like, hey, yo, hold on, let me give you a hat to put on your head.
Oh,
I'm like,
was it the Scully you were wearing?
yeah, that
Dad
was
gave
his
it to you.
Scully.
He made you wear it.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that you gave him from Alaska. It said Alaska on it.
I noticed that you were wearing it, and I was wondering how long you were going to wear it. Mark wore
I
that
only
thing
had it.
all night.
No,
You got comfortable.
I just I just put it
We,
on my head.
we,
And I just
we
never
thought
took it
about that.
off.
Didn't we talk about that, Marjorie? I was like, he still got it on. We in the house now. He's not
But granted,
outside.
it was cold. It was cold. We had a situation going on with our heat, so it was still
Mhm.
cold.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I
he
just
was
had it on just
comfortable.
out of like I just never took it off. Like today it was cold here, and I had my hoodie on, and I had my hood on from when we went to go bring Eli to school. And I just that thing, and I never took my hoodie off all day, and my hood has been was on my head all day.
Because you get a draft up there.
Hello.
Wow, and a
You're
little draft.
comfortable.
I was just comfortable, man. I just had it on, and I was just like,
Yeah, I feel
at
you. I
certain
would do
points I
the
felt
same
warm.
thing. And Candy
Yeah.
would look at me like I'm crazy. Why you still got that hoodie out? It's not even that cold.
I
I'm
know,
keeping
right?
warm, baby.
Miss
I get it.
the
I
one
sure
that
did.
don't want to be warm.
Candy always fronting like she not cold.
She not
Oh,
cold.
I'm fine. I'm good. It ain't even that
No.
cold. It ain't
It's
even
not
When it's
that
that cold.
cold,
cold.
when it's cold, like right now, my home is very warm. When I go into my office, it feels like a a fresh burst of heat in my office. It feels so warm. Every time people come into my office, they're like, "Oh, yes, it feels good." I usually have to apologize and say, "I'm from Florida and I like it warm, especially during the time where it's cold." And I have people that come in, they're like, "Oh no, this feels good. I like it like this." So, it's not that I front about being warm or being cold. It's just, there's certain temperatures where when it get cold enough, oh, I bust the heat out. I bust the heat out. So
But you ain't trying to wear no jackets though.
I sure do. I wear jackets. Well,
Outdoors.
here, I actually
Get out.
today it was really cold. It was not as cold as it was last week Tuesday, but I wore a jacket or a coat this morning, and I kept that coat on all day
But who
until
wasn't wearing a coat in Alaska when they was out there on the glaciers?
I know,
I
right?
wore
Huh?
the coat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I was wearing a coat. I had gloves and everything on the glacier. So don't come
The
for
what
me.
I saw was somebody wearing a hoodie with a vest over it. That's what I saw. That's what I recall.
Mm.
Why you running
Anyway,
your
how
head?
y'all
What's the
doing?
problem? What's
Exactly,
the
exactly,
problem?
exactly.
I didn't have a vest. What are you talking about? I wasn't wearing a vest, a hoodie with a. I don't know what you're talking about. I was dressed. The problem was when I was in Alaska, I didn't have a scully. I didn't have anything to cover my head.
And you wasn't wearing a scarf to cover your neck. Okay? They
And this
said
was not
put
on
a
the
scarf
glacier.
on, cover your neck so you're not going kahek, kahek, kahek.
I know,
And
right?
who ended up going
Kahek,
fium, fium,
kahek.
fium, kahek, kahek, kahek? The
And-
person who didn't put a scarf around their neck.
exactly. Miss,
First of all, I
I'm
was
not
not on
cold.
a
I'm not
glacier.
cold.
I was not on the glacier when that
You
happened.
was on somebody's ice. You was on
I
somebody's
was
ice.
not on anybody's ice when it happened. I was walking downtown Anchorage to dinner and it started to rain a little bit and I didn't have anything to cover my head. That's when you said, "Oh, you're
No,
not."
that's not when we were on video chat. That's not when we were in video chat.
Mm.
When I was on the
Mm.
glacier, I had a
Or you sent us the video of you out. You always on some kind of tour or something like that. Cause I remember Dad was like, "Candy, put a scarf around your neck." What? See, look at her rolling her eyes.
Yeah,
You know, let's
see,
move
she
on.
know. She know it's
Let's
true.
move on. As she
She
continues
know
to
it's
roll her
true.
anyways. Yeah, what's going on in the group chat? Y'all see what's going on?
Oh,
Oh, in the
wait,
group
wait,
chat.
wait, 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 wait. I got a story to tell in
Mercy.
regards to this
Story time.
weekend. In regards
Story
to this
time with
weekend.
Marjorie.
Okay. All right.
Story time with Marjorie.
Hold on, Marjorie. Hold on, Marjorie. This is story time with Marjorie.
Oh, not the
Marjorie.
What? Okay.
I have a story I need to share. Well, y'all already know this story, but I definitely wanted to share it with all of our viewers out there. So as we mentioned earlier, this weekend was our father's birthday,
Yeah.
and our mother, with all of us helping her, threw a surprise party for him.
I know the story.
Now, with the surprise party, of course, there comes a lot of plotting and scheming and et cetera, et cetera. So the party was Saturday after church. So with that being said, our father didn't know that Candy was in town. Our father didn't know that Mark was coming into town. All the things. So Saturday morning when they leave for church, or let me give some context. Typically, my parents, they do not drive to church together. There's always something where they need to have separate cars. Either somebody's picking somebody up, or somebody has to stay after for a meeting, whatever. They typically drive separately. So Saturday morning, the plan was I was not going to go to church. Candy flew into town. She wasn't going to go to church. She stayed at our aunt's house, and then Mark drove into town Saturday morning. He was not going to go to church because we were going to prepare and set up. So by the time they came home,
Yep.
surprise.
Soup whiz.
So Saturday morning, my mother comes to my room and she asked me to like help her with her clothes. So I asked her, "Has dad left already?" And she said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He left already. He left already." So in my mind,
Mm.
the plan is in effect now. Okay, she's about to roll up out of here, and I'm gonna drive to our aunt's house to pick up Candy, bring her back to the house. We lock and loaded, getting the things done. So I finally finished getting ready. I'm going to leave. I walk out the room. I look on the stove, and living with older parents, it is not out of the norm where they forget something on the stove and the stove is still on. So my mom had some tea that she had from that morning, and I'm just like, oh, this lady left tea. So I turned the tea off, and I'm making my way out, and I see her car is still in the driveway. So I'm like, oh, she hasn't left yet. So now I'm like, let me let this lady know I'm out. I'm calling upstairs, Mom, Mom, Mom. No response. I'm like, dang, why this lady doesn't hear me? I go upstairs to her room. Room is empty. I walk into her bathroom. Bathroom is empty. Walk into her closet. Closet is empty. I'm like, what is going on in here? So now I'm like, where is this lady? I'm walking throughout the house trying to find her. We have a cousin who lived with us, and he's like, yeah, your mom went to church. And I'm like, she couldn't have because her car is here. He's like, oh, well, maybe she left with your dad. No, because when she came to my room this morning, she said my father had already left. Now I'm starting to panic just a little bit because I'm like, where's this lady? Maybe, you have older parents. I'm like, maybe this lady could have fell out somewhere. Maybe something could have happened. I go into the garage. I go into other rooms in the house. I go in the backyard. I go in the front. I said, let me go check in her car. Maybe she got in her car and probably passed out in the car. Go in the car. She's not there. Walk around the car. She's not there. I'm like, now I'm thinking somebody took her.
Ha! She got taken.
Take it. And you ain't got no set of skills.
Because, they out here taking the elderly too. So I'm like, she probably made her way to the car. And when I go to her car and check, the car door is unlocked. So I'm like, this lady probably came to her car for something before she left, and somebody took her. So I called Candy. I explained everything to her. And Candy's like, call our aunt. She just left to go to church. I called my aunt. I said, by any chance, did you come to the house to like pick up my mom? And she's just like, no, I'm pulling up to the church now. She said, I'm going to check inside the sanctuary. She go inside the sanctuary. Who's sitting in there praising the Lord?
Praise
Ha!
him.
When
Praise him.
I tell you pissed off, I said, these old folks gonna drive me crazy. These old folks gonna drive me. Here I am, first thinking maybe the lady don't passed out, and then maybe she got taken. Meanwhile, she over here praising the Lord. So
Raising your blood pressure.
at the end of the day, I told her, a Haitian, like I guess you can say punishment, like usually before kids get a whooping, they'll make them kneel. So it's called metagenu. So I told my mom, oh, I need you to mettre à genoux for me. I need you in trouble. I need you to mettre à genoux for me. And she did it. She did. And then usually they'll tell kids like cross your arms. So I told her cross them on. And she did it too. And I tell the story, and everyone heard my father, Mark and King, they're both like laughing at the situation because I'm over here thinking like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm trying to find this lady, and come to find out, apparently my father had came back home because he realized he forgot something. So as she was getting leaving, he comes back home to get what he forgot. So she just decides to ride with him. Man, I'm telling
Body
you,
bastard.
listen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? For those of y'all who sympathize and empathize with me when you're trying to raise these older parents,
Come on.
man,
They say when your parents get older, they turn into kids.
listen, and they do.
Evidently,
They
listen.
really do. Because
They
somebody
say
should have told me something. Okay.
I know.
that's
I
what
know
they
when
say.
I fuss at mom sometime about certain things, like a parent would, and she be quick to say, "Okay, okay, I get it. Right, all right, I'm good. Okay." Oh, I said, "But did you
Thank you,
hear what
thank
I
you, thank you,
said?"
thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Yeah,
Evidence. Thank you, thank you, thank
I
you.
won't do
Okay,
it
thank you,
again.
thank you, Kim.
She sure be.
Woo!
I said I have to say it. I don't care. Do better. Do
Mm.
better. When you
Yeah.
know better, do better.
Not to
Boy,
do
she
better.
be
Mm.
she be through with me.
Woo! Not to do better.
Especially when you get on when you get on dad about eating.
Yo, he be
When
like, oh, Lord, okay,
hmm
oh. So yeah, man, I had to give her a little bit of a punishment this past weekend after the party because,
that's funny.
And I had to ask
man,
for grace. I had to ask for grace, like how my
oh
grandma
yeah,
would.
Candy over here, bye grass,
By
bye.
grass.
Mm.
I made her get up. I
Mm.
said, by grass, by grass. I remember my grandma used to do that for me. Every time I was about to get a whooping, she came through. By grass, grass, grass. Give her grace. Grace. Thank you, grandma. Thank you. Thank you.
Grandma
She's the
came in
real boss.
clutch.
Ooh,
She's the
so
real
yeah,
boss.
so that's
So
the end of story time with Marjorie.
I enjoy your story time with Marjorie.
There you go. Come on now.
These are core memories, right?
What? I'm telling
Core
you,
memories.
I'll never forget that.
And so, with this episode, what I wanted to do is talk about family traditions. And usually they create core memories, and we have them from maybe when we were younger. There are things that we have done that we enjoyed and things we didn't enjoy that might be considered family tradition. So, when I mentioned, so I'm asking Marjorie and myself, when you hear family tradition, what is one of the first memory or oldest memory that come to mind that you have about our family?
My first, well, I don't want to say it's my first one, but one of the things that come to my mind first is we kind of talked about it in a previous podcast was us watching wrestling together. And I would say not even just wrestling, but we would tend to watch TV together.
Hmm.
At times there were times when we would. I mean, there were certain points where we had TVs in our own rooms, but I felt like there was times I would say specifically probably like we would watch wrestling, and a lot of times Saturday night, like we'll dad
Mhm.
will go out and buy pizza, and we'll get together. We'll watch like New York Undercover together. We'll watch
Or
Mad
those movies
TV.
that were on ABC Channel 10,
Yeah,
Saturday night
you know.
movies.
And so
I don't remember that.
you don't remember that? I remember.
You know,
But
Candy out there, so she's not gonna
no,
remember
she
some
kind of
stuff.
old. You know what I mean? She gets
Yeah.
old now. Seeing how
I
she
mean,
But
is
I
that
do
now.
movie,
now. Mark, with Mark talking about the pizza, I remember Achu Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Hachu
Achu
Pizza.
I chew pizza. So, so a lot of that. So when we used to, Friday nights, we'll be driving, probably coming back from
Saturday.
Nope.
church or so.
Saturday nights.
That's what I said. Saturday night.
You
Nope.
just
You
said
said
Friday night.
Friday.
I said Friday. My bad. I didn't mean to. So we'll be coming back from church, and we'll be in the car driving on the highway, driving down 95, And a lot of times we would, that's when we would ask our dad, like, hey, can we get pizza tonight? And so a lot of times we would just be like, pizza. We'll just sneeze and act and say pizza to try to get them like, oh, y'all want some pizza tonight?
Yeah,
Ah.
instead of asking for it, we would pizza, and he'd be like, "What?
Mm-hmm.
Pizza?" We're like, "Oh, okay. Y'all want to get some pizza tonight?
I just want some
Saturday
pizza.
night was pizza night."
So, but yeah,
Mhm.
so we usually will get together. We'll watch like Mad TV or New York Undercover, or like on Thursday nights we'll watch wrestling. Um, we'll watch The Fresh Prince or Martin. So it was just times like that. I think of us just gathering around the television and watching TV together.
What are your
Mm.
core memories? What are some of your memories, Marjorie?
The first thing, and it's definitely a tradition for us. I think some other Haitians do it as well. But just the first thing that came to mind was just every Saturday morning, how Mama makes chocolat for us. Chocolat with Haitian bread, boy. That
That they
thing
be
in the spot, there, boy.
that they be busting. That's right.
Listen.
Hot
And I mean,
chocolate
she
and
would
bread.
make it. I think she would make that because it's a easy, quick thing you can make for Saturday morning before going to
Yeah.
church, and it's still like kind of filling too, especially if you dip the Haitian bread in it.
I don't know about quick because she starts
Well, she
making
would
it
make. Oh, she
Friday
would make
night.
it Friday. Yeah, she would start making the hot chocolate Friday night. So then that way
Yeah.
Saturday morning, all she has to do is just warm it back up right on the stove.
Yeah.
And I mean, woo, that thing. I mean, I always looked forward to it Saturday morning. I remember like some Saturday morning when she would have been, I'm like, where's the chocolate?
I know,
Hello,
right? Ma'am.
is it not
Yes,
Saturday
ma'am.
morning? What we doing here?
So
Where's the chocolate?
hot chocolate and bread, specifically Haitian chocolate. 'Cause I think there's like a,
With the
you
Haitian
know,
bread.
with the Haitian bread, Haitian chocolate with
Mm,
the Haitian bread.
mm,
That's a Haitian essential. That's
absolutely,
like that's
absolutely.
like almost like on New Year's having soup jumu.
Yes.
So
And
it's
you
like
drink
Haitian.
that all throughout the year. I know it's like American culture. They
Yeah,
associate hot chocolate more so with the winter time and
yeah.
some
When it's,
people more specifically with Christmas. Nah, baby, we drinking that 365.
yeah,
Okay?
and I
365.
feel like the Caribbean. I feel like in the Caribbean they like hot chocolate. I know in Jamaica they drink hot chocolate also a
Mm,
lot throughout the year because I know, or I mean maybe they use it like as a substitute with tea because a lot of times they drink tea as well. But I know hot chocolate. They drink a lot of hot chocolate in Jamaica, and I don't know if other Caribbean islands. So if y'all from the Caribbean, let us know. Do y'all drink hot chocolate? I want to know. I mean, I don't know if it's just a
yeah.
Haitian
And
Jamaican
it's not
thing,
just
but
any it's not just any hot chocolate, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you need to have
It's hooked all the way up, especially if
all
you
the way up.
use the cocoa straight from Haiti and then you spice
Like
that
big,
thing up with
like a
the
big ball of
honest
rock.
star cinnamon. Oh,
Yeah,
come on, man.
yeah,
Vanilla and
something that all
everything.
Woo!
that. And
And
I
Yeah,
you
I
drink
don't
my
think
drink.
that
busting.
I know that Haiti and Jamaica is not the only one because I have a friend who's from her family's from Trinidad and I think her husband's family is from probably Barbados and she was familiar with the hot chocolate. So I made some and
Okay,
shared it with her and it reminded her also of the hot chocolate that
okay,
she would get back
there we
home.
go.
I can't remember if it was from her husband's family or her family, but they do hot chocolate
Hot
as well.
chocolate also. Yeah, but we do it
Mhm.
with that. We do it with that Haitian bread. I used to take my bread, cut that bad boy up, throw some peanut butter on it, and then
And
dip
then
that
dip
bread with
it.
the what? Bussin',
I
No,
don't. I really don't know what's going on at this point. At
no.
this
bussin'.
point, I don't know what's
That
happening.
Now with the
thing.
peanut butter on.
Ooh, yes, with
That
peanut butter.
I
Throw some
I
peanut
don't
butter on
know
that thing. So you get
family
chocolate and
what's
peanut.
tradition.
going on.
No,
I
Mm.
really don't. Now I'm lost.
Nah,
no.
I could
Not
just.
a that's not a family tradition.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mm,
this is a Mark
mm.
tradition.
That's all
Hey,
Mark. That's
listen.
all Mark.
All by
Probably
himself.
all by
By
myself.
himself.
I guarantee somebody else that done did it.
Probably
I
your
guarantee
father.
probably.
Yeah, y'all good for that. You and dad are good for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, and
Right.
I can
Mm-hmm.
do the Haitian bread with peanut butter separate,
Yeah, not dipped in the hot
but
chocolate. What we
my
doing?
hot chocolate, no.
Mm.
Next time we get together, try it.
Nope.
We're gonna try it. Just try it.
No.
Just
How much you gonna pay me?
Jesus paid it all, baby.
Mm. Well, then let Jesus have it,
Oh.
not me.
So what about you, Candy? What traditions come to mind for you?
Oh, I was trying to think about tradition. There's a lot of traditions that come to mind. If I would say a tradition that I was not fond of was,
Oh, not fond of.
yeah, something that we did, and I think all of us weren't fond of it, was how we celebrated our birthdays. Well, maybe not how we celebrate.
I
Mark
had no
already,
problem, so don't include me in that.
well, our parents, being very, if you would say, religious people,
Very
truly
churchy.
very churchy, truly believed in celebrating with the church, uh, all of your celebrations. And so for Sabbath
Mm-hmm.
school, every fourth Sabbath was a Sabbath of anniversary celebration, every fourth Sabbath. Like at Sabbath school, they'll have a portion where people can come up if you celebrated a birthday, anniversary, baptism anniversary, you come up, give a special offering, and you get a gift. They always give everybody a gift and you get prayed over. And so, whenever we would have birthdays, no matter what date your birthday was on, the fourth Sabbath, you were going to get a new outfit to wear to church. And that was when you celebrated your birthday.
Yeah.
But my birthday was about 2 weeks ago.
Likewise.
And and
Likewise.
thinking about it, all of our birthdays are a little earlier in the month.
That's very
You know,
true. Oh, you know what?
we're like a week, like
Yeah.
in the like we're like a week
March is
because I'm
10, Marjorie's 13, and I'm
13 and you're the 15. Yeah. So our birthday in a lot.
why am I waiting 2 more weeks to celebrate my birthday? And if we had a
Hello.
birthday dinner, it was always on the fourth Sabbath at
And
the
a lot
end.
of times you like, oh, I want to have a party. Want to invite my friends. And we brought, we were real close with people from our church. So it's like, okay, we're going to invite people over. We invite them over after church on the fourth Sabbath. I'm like,
My
dude,
birthday
that's
was
not
on the
my
second
birthday.
Sabbath. What the heck?
Between the second and the third Sabbath. Like, come on, cuz. Like,
No,
Ooh.
we're not doing. So I know that was one tradition that our parents did when we were younger, and we couldn't help it. We had no choice. But I know that
yeah,
as we got older, that thing was thrown in the trash. True. We're not doing
for real,
that.
for real.
Celebrating my
Mm-mm.
birthday on my birthday
On
or
my
my birthday
birthday.
weekend
Or the whole week. Some.
or the
I
whole
mean, I
month.
celebrate the whole month, baby. So ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string to me. You know what I'm saying?
But to
Okay, excuse
celebrate
me.
like on your birthday, I think that's
Yeah.
something that at least
When
for
I
me
was
and Mark,
younger, I didn't really. I think you and Mark more so were concerned about that because I don't really remember tripping about it.
well, you're younger than we are, and so maybe by the time you got older or old enough, we were already
Yeah.
protesting like, no, we want to celebrate on our Margie's
On
birthday's
our
on the
birthday.
13th. We're gonna do the 13th. No, we want to do it on that weekend because we
Yeah.
became at a certain age, we were able to acknowledge our voice and make our
Mm-hmm.
voice be known in the family.
Advocate for yourself.
Yeah, we sure did. I remember we advocated for spaghetti night on Thursday nights. We didn't want no
You know, right?
rice. It was spaghetti.
Listen, rice
And we
every
got
meal.
nope. Thursday night became spaghetti night.
Yep.
Mhm. All through
Yep.
advocacy. Like we want something different. We don't need to have spaghetti all the time. I mean, rice all the time or a different type of rice. Haitians will love some rice. That's a tradition too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
rice,
rice.
rice, 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 rice. Listen, baby, I stick
Ooh,
beside
I
the
do
rice
that.
to this day. You know what I'm
Uh-uh.
saying?
So,
But
yeah,
when I
man.
was
So,
younger, I do get it though. When I was young, I was like, dang, always got to eat rice. But I think once I got to like high school, I was just like, you know what? This rice ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? We keep
and
on
it's
eating
funny
this
because I feel
rice.
like it's funny because I feel like the rice is the main course.
It
Yeah.
is.
For
How like
Haitians, absolutely.
you can have like the meat. Like I feel like an American culture, like okay, well, we want the meat. Like the meat is the thing. And I feel like in the Haitian culture, it's like nah, them
Where's the
carbs.
rice?
We need them carbs. We need them rice, baby.
Listen, at the
Where's the
party
rice?
at the party this week, of course, it's a party of a whole bunch of Haitians, right? And we had my mom asked people to make food. We had someone to make rice. She made John rice. The
Mm.
lady walked in with only one pan of rice. And
First
I
of
was
all,
like, only one pan. That's all the rice we have. Granted, we had over 50 people in the home,
first
right?
of all,
One
who
large
comes with one pan?
man, but it was a lot of rice. She did pack it. It could have been two pans, but she really packed it on. But with everyone being there, you saw
Mark
how
suck
much
this.
people were there. The people who started to get the rice and put it on their plate, they weren't playing. They're like, they're gonna get their rice. You know,
Girl,
they
I saw
packed their
people that plate
plate.
were like this full of. I'm like,
That's why y'all should have served the rice. I don't understand how y'all didn't serve the rice.
so,
I
so
didn't think they were
I
gonna be.
barely got some at the
I
end.
barely got some too.
I didn't get any.
They said,
You got a couple spoons out of my plate.
you know that,
Okay,
you know,
your plate.
I was listening to your people's talk, and you would talk about like mom, I think the mom or dad, they were like, all saying like, okay, we need to get somebody to serve. Who's going to serve the right? They're like, nope. But Candy didn't want nobody to. Candy was like, let everybody serve themselves. Candy was gonna, and then
Yeah,
they were like, they're like, that's why they're like, we should have, if you would have served let people, if you would have served them, we would have had rice, like enough rice to spread. 'Cause, you know, them Zoes was like filling their plate up.
I did not know it was going to be like that. I think that was the first time I experienced that. If somebody would have said no, they're going to get too much, I would have served it. I would have definitely agreed. I
Nah,
didn't think
we've been
people
in
were
situations like that before where we're like,
Yes, we
nah, we
have.
gotta serve because
Yep.
if
at
we
the
don't
house.
serve, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, we've been in situations like that before,
Definitely.
especially operating with them Haitians. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, we gonna serve the food because if we don't serve the food,
Especially when you needed to
there's
stretch.
not gonna be enough to go around. We've
There
definitely
you
been in
go.
those kind of situations.
Boy, I couldn't believe it. These are grown folks. I could not believe it. Could not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. There was
Definitely.
Mhm.
sometimes we had fish and we had chicken. Some people were getting both. I said, no, 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 no. One or the other. One, not both. We don't have enough fish for everybody. One or the other. And there's some people who don't eat chicken. They're vegetarians or pescatarians. And so I had to hold off and hide a pan of fish. When I saw somebody who like, oh, there's no more fish and they did not have chicken, I said, come see me. I got you. So yeah, those are some interesting traditions regarding food and family. So, when you think about some traditions that we have that you didn't think was a tradition, um, what tradition did you realize was unique until you met older people or other people when you got older?
Unique.
Say
What's
that
one,
again.
what's one tradition you didn't realize was unique until you got older and met other people?
Oh, okay. I think definitely in the age of social media, you've come to realize you and all the other Haitian kids grew up the same way, right? Things that you thought were
Mm-hmm.
just your parents, and it's like, oh no, all of y'all like this, all
Yeah.
of y'all.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if I necessarily want to call it a tradition, but the whole notion of like, "Mpameno l'école pour zombie," right?
Yeah.
I didn't
Mhm.
send you to school for friends. You know, I used to always think, I'm like, dang, what my mom like this? Come to find out,
Yeah.
everybody or all a lot of Haitian moms, said the same thing. Or also the whole notion of l'école like à l'église.
Mm,
You're
mm.
only going to school, church, and home. Like,
That's
I should be like, that's just our parents. And it's like, oh no, it's all these Haitian parents
Yeah.
are the
oh,
same way. So like a lot of these nuances growing up as first generation Haitian American, where you really did think it was just your parents and just your parents were tripping,
Yeah.
and then come to find out, nah, all these
No,
Haitian
all of
parents are
them.
like
All of
that.
them. All of them
All of them.
tripping.
They're reading from the same book. All of them.
absolutely. When I think about, like you mentioned, l'école, la caille, l'église, I think that no matter even the denomination, it's not just like Adventists. everyone is the same. And when I realized on social media that it was a shared, is when people would actually put that saying "L'école, la caille, l'église" on their graduation cap, on their, different things when they're celebrating, saying these are the golden standards in
Right.
being
In the Haitian
raised in
household.
a strict Haitian household.
Yeah.
Very.
L'école, la caille, l'église. There was no other option. There was no sleeping over at somebody's house when you have a bed at your home.
Yeah,
There's
yeah. Sleeping
hanging
over
out.
somebody else's house. As a kid, as adults now, we have, of course, a clearer understanding. But as a kid, you're like, dang, man, my Haitian parents are just so strict. My Haitian,
Yeah.
it's like, nah, it's all of them. And then even getting older, it's like, oh, this ain't even just Haitian parents. These are other parents outside
Yeah.
of, being Haitians are the same.
Hmm, hmm. So when you think about some of these traditions, Mark, you have a family now. What are some traditions that you continue to pass on to your family, Mark, with your children, or your with Eli, your family, and or Marjorie? What traditions would you like to keep and pass on to your family that you believe was good and beneficial, and you want to keep that tradition going?
I think for me, I mean, one of the things that we do watch TV together. I know, especially with Eli, I think it's part of one of our routines, especially when he's getting ready to go to bed. We'll watch TV. In this age of streaming, now, like, you can watch shows and you can pick up from right where you left off the previous night, and so we have a show that all three that we all watch together. We love watching The Price is Right.
Come on, Price is Right. Come on
So
down.
so in the evening, before Eli goes to bed, we'll watch The Price is Right together, and
No.
we'll get on there and he'll watch it, and then Eli's good with it. He like Drew Carey. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
like today, we were watching The Price Right, and then we were pretending like. They're like, Eli, how would you come down if they called your name? 'Cause a lot of times when people call their name on The Price is Right, they come down, they dancing and they doing different stuff. So we pretend. I like Eli. I'm like, coming to now, Eli, Dolcy. And Eli coming. He like, oh. Doing his dance and everything. And so we've had fun with that. So I would say that right. That's one of our big ones right there. Our in our evening routine of watching The
Okay.
Price is Right. Wow,
All
watching
right.
having a family show that we watch together.
Having a family show that you watch together. What about you, Marjorie?
I'm gonna keep the fourth Sabbath birthday celebration. I'm just looking at my fiance.
You got me messed up.
Don't do that. I remember that. I'm gonna remember that when your birthday come up this year, Marjorie.
Well, Marjorie, like,
I'm
ain't
gonna
nobody
remember.
said happy birthday to me.
Why
No,
y'all
but
get? Where
growing
my
up, we
birthday
would
gift?
still say happy birthday on the birthday. It's just the
But you ain't got
party
no
was
gifts.
considered.
But you get no
Your gift?
gifts though.
No worry, Marjorie. Your gift coming on the fourth Saturday. No way.
No, no. All jokes aside, I think the tradition that I would keep growing up every Sabbath, after church, we always ate a meal together, like a formal meal together.
Yeah.
So, like, it was in the formal dining room. We cleared it. We set the table. We, prepared the food together. We sat, ate, talked, cleared the table. I would definitely keep that tradition whenever I do have my own family, because I think it's just really good. Like, we didn't really do that during the week.
Yeah.
Some
Nah.
families, they eat together for dinner every
Every
night.
night. Yeah, we
And that
didn't.
wasn't necessarily our case, especially with our parents' work schedule. But absolutely, without question, there was no like guessing. We knew that after church, after Sabbath, like, you come home, probably change, take your shoes off or whatever, and not even fully change out your clothes. Probably just take your shoes off, wash your hands, and from there preparing um the lunch, the Sabbath lunch that we were going to eat together at the table. So
Mhm.
I would definitely, absolutely keep that tradition.
And I know that that was a tradition our dad, he found that was very important that he wanted to do. His family did that, and it was important
Okay.
that he wanted to continue to do just that, that we all sit at a table as a family and we had a meal together after church. So, and I know there are
Mhm.
many families that do that as well.
And the thing
Uh,
is, growing up, I thought everybody did that, but come to find out, no. There were
Yeah.
people who were just like, yeah, after church, y'all eat together every Sabbath after church. Yeah, we don't. And I'm like,
what do y'all do?
really?
What y'all do?
Yeah, like when you come up from church, then what do you do? Like, but
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
there's and even
meal.
now there's some families
Scavenging.
like, yeah, like when they come home, it's kind of like, all right, find something y'all want to eat, and like there isn't a prepared meal, and
Wow.
we're not sitting together after church. Like I feel like growing up when we sat together and we ate, like we might talk about what was in the sermon, or just found
Yeah.
something to talk about.
We used to crack jokes on each other.
Yeah, correct. It was just that time for, I guess, basically togetherness.
Yeah.
And some people, that's not like, I don't say it's not an option, but it's just not a tradition of theirs. They just
Yeah.
don't.
I
So
think
that's something I want to keep.
I think for us we do have a meal, but I think for us now it's like we kind of go over like a friend's, either a friend or a cousin's house after church, but we'll have a meal like it's a form of like, we're sitting together. The kids are playing around and doing their thing and everything, but the adults, like, we're all sitting together. There's a meal that was prepared. Everybody goes, they get, and then we come back and we sit
But
down and
at
we
least there's
talk.
still a sense of togetherness.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm. Yeah. I like that too, the meal, especially with children. I think it helps children to learn how to eat at a table,
Yeah,
right?
how to
With
set a
food,
table. You like,
to set a table up. I remember going out with some young people and to a restaurant, and they did not have table etiquettes. And so it
mm,
was quite interesting. Like, you don't know how to, what? Did you just did you just take your pizza that you didn't want and put it right on the table, or your food, like, you took it
yeah,
off your plate and put it on the table? I was like, what? But
mm,
anyway, I think that I agree with that, or those traditions, wanting to keep up watching TV together, eating together. One tradition for me that I definitely want to keep is the New Year's soup
oh
for
yeah.
holidays.
mm,
Granted, I don't know. I can't say that I've ever made soup jumu by myself. That's Marjorie task to go and help mom to
I know,
do that.
right?
I
Margie can
always
make it. Can you make it? Can you make it by yourself, Marjorie, if you need to?
I feel like I could. I feel like I could. I,
Okay.
I I don't feel fully confident, but like if it were to come down to it, I feel like I will be able to like manage it.
Yeah, yeah. So she's gonna be my soup jumu person. Um, in the future. But I like that. I like the fact that we have the soup jumu first thing in the morning. We have hot chocolate, also Haitian bread, tea. We have that meal first thing or throughout the day, and then have a big meal in the evening. We just do a lot of eating on New Year's Day. So I like
Basically,
that. Something we had started to do, and we don't do it anymore. I think we just got tired of it. We were trying to watching the documentary 1804,
Hmm.
that talks about the Haitian Revolution. So I think it's important, especially with children around, so they can learn the
yeah.
history behind why we celebrate the way we do. For the first black freed black republic, or so
Hmm.
forth, post slavery. And so that's a tradition I would like to see or continue, regardless if I have family or not. I want to do that. I want to keep that up wherever I am, and
Hmm.
pass that
Absolutely.
particular tradition along. Yeah. Are there any traditions that you guys think you want to get rid of other than the birthday for Sabbath? What are some traditions you you're like, yeah, we used to do this, and I'm not with it.
You know what? This is one tradition that initially I would be like, man, I ain't with this. But if God graced me to become a parent, I might enjoy this on the other end, being a parent, is how dad used to wake us up Saturday morning to go to work, to go to church. Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby. It's time to go to church. And then he's just touching you and messing with you. And it's just like, oh my gosh, if you can
Mm-hmm.
please leave me alone. Okay, okay. Thank you. I'm up. I'm up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would not want to continue that tradition
You
being
think you
on the
don't?
receiving end. Yeah, not being on the receiving end of being woken up. No, but if I
Waking
have
somebody up that
children and to be able to
so you want to
reciprocate
be the
that,
antagonist. You want to be
I
the antagonist of your child. You want to be
That's
the
what it
annoying
sound like.
parent.
That's what it sounds like.
yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely.
Wow. The
That's
wake up
funny.
song.
Yeah,
Mercy.
the wake up
Mm-mm.
song. The wake up
What
song.
what
Let's
about you,
see.
Mark?
I don't know.
What about how we
Uh,
discipline? I know as kids you're like, I'm never doing this. I'm never doing
well,
that, child.
true. I mean, we do a more gentle parenting. Um, we don't really spank. Um, in our house, we don't spank. I mean, you'll get a tap, you know, but we're not really like how mom and dad will be whooping us, as
Oh,
a kid. Like you get like whoopings. Nah, we like
you
I'm
don't
not.
get
We
whooped.
like
You might get a
yeah, we
tap, but
like
you don't get a whooping.
yeah, yeah. You might get a tap, but but you. I'm not beaten. I'm more sensitive to those things, especially for a child being for the child being on the receiving end and all that. I'm not. I mean, I'm not afraid of disciplining, so I do that. We definitely discipline out here. Definitely disciplining, you know. But I just think there's more effective ways, and I think a lot of times our parents more so did those things out of I think it's out of frustration, versus us doing something wrong or us not they didn't always explain things well, or they didn't always like help us to understand why what we did is wrong, and those type of things. So we're big on those things of communicating, talking, so that Eli knows what's wrong and what's not wrong, and understanding. So when there is a tap, it comes from him making a direct choice
Mm.
of like going against after warnings, um, but for making a mistake, like nah, like like not. We're not disciplining over for that. I mean, we'll talk to you, if you make a mistake, try to help them to not be careless, to look out and to like pay attention. But yeah, I think those are just things that I learned from, looking at how our parents did it and seeing that there's like a better way of doing those
Okay.
things. So yeah, so we're not beating out here like that. So
Okay.
if you consider that a tradition that we don't do.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. I mean, those are all great examples of, traditions that things we want to keep, we want to get rid of, things we want to just reverse, like Marjorie
Hmm.
wants to do, with the how that tradition is being expressed. And so let me see. One of the last questions that I have.
I will say, I don't know if it's a tradition, but it's one thing that mom and dad did that I really appreciate that they did was they, as kids, I felt like I don't know about for Margie, but I know Candy, you and I, um, they exposed us to finances, from the standpoint of having to like understanding the aspect of paying bills and everything. So I remember like coming home and my dad called me and be like, "Hey, I need you to go to the check cashing store and go pay this light bill." Giving us the money, and I would have to walk to the check cashing store, and I'm like, hey, I need to pay this light bill, this, or whatever. Or coming home and like the electricity is off or the water's not working, and I mean, like, and going to go do the, and having to go and pay those things, or even like something like how we talk about Saturday night, like we would ask our parents for pizza, and they may be like, hey, yeah, no, we can't do it. We don't have the money this weekend to be able to buy pizza, and not shielding us from those
The
things.
realities.
Yeah, so as a kid, we understood, that sometimes our parents got it and sometimes our parents don't got it.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of those things that we try to. I try like I'm trying to find ways to instill that in our son, in
Mhm.
Eli. So yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
the things that I would say that I did really appreciate. You know.
I can say that I can appreciate that also because,
Hmm.
as you mentioned, the exposure to money and sometimes large amounts of money, like with the
Hmm.
ISO, um,
Oh yeah.
our parents knowing that, okay, our parents are part of this group, and
For
we
those who
had,
don't know, ESO, if you're Jamaican, it's like partner. I think in Jamaica they call it a partner. It's like a pool, a group pool savings type of situation where people contribute
right,
money and it rotates.
and so some places call it susu,
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
and so forth. And so just seeing that dynamic occur, our parents would take us with them when they had to go and pay someone for whatever. And sometimes there'd be times, I remember one time where I felt like a big girl. I was a teenager at the time, and my mom, hey, hold this $200 for me. Me?
Yeah. Woo.
What?
Woo.
Oh, it is?
200 on the thing for real,
You
or tell
trust
us,
me?
or so we used to ask us to go pay it, and it'd be like something. It'd be like $500, or to go pick up the money, and it could be like a rack, it could be like $1,000, and you're like, oh snap, yo, I gotta make sure. And then your parents
Yeah.
ask you, hey, where did you put the money at? And you're like, oh snap, where did I put it? You gotta make sure you put it in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if they even asked you to count the money for them. He's like,
Yeah.
ooh. Ooh, all right, let me get this together. Let me make
Yeah.
sure I got this right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
exposure of that and them trusting us or showing that they trust us with the money, right?
Yeah.
Versus hiding it from us. Um, because sometimes you, as a kid, maybe you're mischievous and you might want to, I'm gonna steal that money. I see where you put that money at. You hiding stuff from me. I'm about to take that thing from you. I don't know. But I think the exposure of that amount of money helping us to understand that we can be responsible um, with large amounts of money. So those are great. Those are great. So last thing that I would like to ask, I think we may have covered it already. Um, which Dulcie, I'm sorry, which family tradition felt most Dulcie coded? So when I say Dulcie coded, like this is something that we do as the Dulcies. This is us. Dulcie coded.
I felt like
No
there was
one else
something.
does it.
I felt like there was something, but I can't remember what it is.
That's very Dulcie coded.
Something that we did that was uniquely us.
Or maybe
I,
this is a time where we create one. Are we willing to create a
I,
tradition? I also believe that, there's sometimes people think that there's certain traditions like holidays and so forth. They celebrate as a family this way or that way. I've always been of the mindset that traditions can change. You can
Hmm.
yeah.
create your traditions. There are some
Oh,
traditions
definitely.
that people keep and saying this is how it is. It's supposed to be, but not realizing no, that's a tradition.
Start
Ooh,
new
I got
ones.
one. I got one. This is something we just did, and I feel
Okay.
like we got to do this every year.
What's that?
The auction, the gift auction that we
Oh,
did this New
Oh.
Year Day. That was so much fun.
yes.
The
It
gift auction.
was so much fun. Basically, long story short, a family friend, a close family friend of ours, their family did this for Christmas, and Candy took on the idea where basically you buy a whole bunch of small gifts,
Well,
gifts that
I
aren't.
think it was a trend online also. 'Cause I've seen some other videos
Oh,
of people doing it online.
possibly, buy a whole bunch of small gifts, and then you give all of your family money. We gave out Monopoly money.
Hmm.
And Candy and our family friend, shout out to Jasmine, they were our auctioneers. No, Candy was the auctioneer, Jasmine was the bank. And I mean, hey, we out here buying these gifts that are wrapped, and we don't know what's inside, and just the
Hmm.
excitement behind it, even with mom and dad participating in it. It was a lot. It was a
It was
lot of
fun.
fun.
It
Oh, and
was
you know
fun.
what? That is a tradition I would like for us to continue. And I'm now thinking a Dolcy coded tradition. I mean, it may not necessarily be so uniquely Dolcy, but definitely how every New Year's we take a family picture.
Okay.
So whereas like other families they might do like annual pictures every Christmas, we always do, or we always spend like the first Sabbath of the year at mom and dad's church. Um, that's something that we always do, especially with Mark and Lisa and Eli and Candy coming into town. We go to their church. After church, we take a group of family picture together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So continuing that tradition, that's definitely Dulcie coded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That picture after church. Since we commit to at least once a year, we'll go to our parents' church.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do it
For real.
all
For real.
together. We do it all together.
Trying to
Hmm.
think. I
This has
felt like
been
there
good.
was. Yeah, I do feel like there was another one, but I can't remember what it
Yeah,
is.
I feel like there's something too, but it's just not coming to
I
my
know.
head.
I know when Candy and I were younger, we used to make up songs.
All the time.
We used to make up songs. Remember, we used to make that peanut butter and jelly song.
Yeah. Peanut butter
Peanut butter,
jelly and
jelly, and peanut
peanut
butter.
butter boom.
Boom. Yep.
We were
I
like,
remember y'all singing that song. I remember.
And we would
yeah,
hit our hips together like a booty
yep,
bump.
yep.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember like peanut butter jelly and peanut butter boom. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and Margie, that thing started way before you were born.
Oh, I
That thing
believed it.
started before you were
Oh, I
born.
don't know about that.
I remember we used to do it when we lived
In Sunset Hill.
Sunset Hill. I remember we used to be in the elevator over in Sunset Hill
Oh,
doing,
okay,
so
okay.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before Marjorie.
No, before Margie. Good old days.
Before
Mm,
your lives got better and complete.
Before in
right.
the good old days. The good old days
Good
before
old
Margie.
days. No,
Whatever.
good old days. I got my sister. I wanted a sister, and I got her. Thank you, Marjorie.
Mm, mm,
Mm.
if you say so.
So, man, this is good. I like this reflection, thinking about traditions, thinking about what we want to keep, what we want to, silently do away with, and so families all have all types of tradition. It's great to do them with those that you love, your siblings,
Yep.
your
Yep.
parents, your cousins, and so forth. Some of the traditions I think that we said we want to keep, I would love to expand it to more of our family members, just to have fun. Especially, I love the New Year's idea. I think we agree that we should do it, and to make it dulce coded, if it's like a 2-day event, like the day before, how do you earn your money? By
Mm.
doing different things, playing different games, and then
Yeah.
on New Year's Day, you get to spend that money, make it rain. And
Hmm.
so I can't wait for next year so that we can do the auction again. We're probably going
That
to
was
purchase
fun.
some fake money, some real money, or what have you. It was cool. It was cool. I mean, I'm just thinking of that time as well that uh, towards the end, people were running out of money. People were
People are combining money.
How much you got? How much you got? Okay, I got,
Oh, wait,
and we put it together.
I remember telling Eli, "Go ask your grandpa for some money. He'll give you money.
for
he
real.
got he got some money left over. He don't have enough to buy what we want to buy, but ask him for the money. He'll give it to you. If we ask, he's not gonna give us the money. But if
No,
you ask,
y'all
he'll
did
give.
Eli like how y'all used to do me when we were younger. Marjorie,
Yep,
you go ask. Marjorie, you go ask.
because you're the youngest. Yeah, definitely. Well, this has been good, guys. It's nice to reflect, go down memory lane about good old times and so forth, and what we want to continue with our family. So, with that being said, we grow together.
We laugh together.
Always one get it.
Thanks for
Very
watching.
good.
Dead wet.
Bye.
Peace.
Dead wet. Ciao.
That's our tradition too. Dead
Ciao.
wet.
The
Oh
duet.
yeah, that's another
Hey.
tradition. Dead wet.
Dead wet.